Most men operate under the catastrophic delusion that attention is a linear currency, that the more you deposit, the more interest you accrue. This is not just a tactical error, it is a fundamental misunderstanding of the human psyche and the primal mechanics of attraction. Attraction is not a logical choice made in the light of day. It is a visceral, subconscious response to perceived value and scarcity. When you are always there, always available, and always predictable, you become a background utility. You are the air she breathes, necessary perhaps, but entirely ignored until the moment it is restricted. To trigger deep emotional investment, you must understand the psychological mechanism of the void. When you pull away, you are not simply absent, you are creating a vacuum. And nature, especially human psychology, abhors a vacuum. The moment you step back, her mind begins to race to fill the space you once occupied. This is where the magic of curiosity, obsession, and renewed desire takes root. It starts with the disruption of the expected pattern. If you have been the one to initiate contact, the one to plan the dates, and the one to provide the emotional safety net, her brain has categorized you as a constant. You are safe, you are known, and therefore, you are no longer a priority for her active attention. But when that pattern breaks, when the morning text doesn't arrive, or the quick reply becomes a 4-hour silence, the psychological alarm bells go off. This is the Zeigarnik effect in action. The human brain remembers uncompleted or interrupted tasks much better than completed ones. By pulling away, you become an uncompleted task in her mind. She cannot simply file you away. She must think about you to resolve the tension of your absence. This tension is the fertile soil where attraction grows. Most men fear this tension. They think that if they aren't constantly reminding her of their existence, she will forget them. This fear is a marker of low value. A high-value man knows that his presence is felt even more intensely in his absence. You must understand that attraction requires a certain level of anxiety, not a destructive or toxic anxiety, but a positive tension born of uncertainty. If she knows exactly where you stand at every moment, there is no reason for her to invest. Why would she? The prize is already won. But when you pull away, you signal that the prize is not yet secured. You signal that you have a life, priorities, and internal standards that transcend her immediate presence. This triggers a biological survival instinct. In the ancestral environment, a man who was distracted or focused elsewhere was often a man of high status, one with many responsibilities and resources. By mimicking this through strategic distance, you tap into an evolutionary hardwiring that associates your absence with high value. She begins to ask herself why the attention has shifted. Did she do something? Did you find someone else? Is your interest waning? These questions are the engine of obsession. She is no longer just existing alongside you. She is actively pursuing your validation to regain the sense of security she felt when you were chasing her. This is the flip in the dynamic that every man needs to master. It is not about being cruel, it is about being sovereign. You are moving from a position of needing her to a position of allowing her into your space. When you pull back, you are effectively recalibrating the scales of investment. If she has been lazy or distant, your withdrawal acts as a mirror. It shows her that your attention is a reward for her engagement, not a guaranteed right. This creates a boundary that commands respect. Most men are terrified of boundaries because they think boundaries push people away. In reality, boundaries are the only things that keep people interested. Without boundaries, there is no challenge. Without a challenge, there is no achievement. And without achievement, there is no pride in having you. Think of it as the psychology of the high-end luxury brand. These brands don't beg for customers. They create wait lists. They limit production. They make it difficult to obtain their product. This distance is what creates the prestige. You must treat your time and your emotional energy with the same level of exclusivity. If you are always available, you are a commodity. If you are rare, you are a luxury. This transition from commodity to luxury is achieved through the art of the pullback. Now, let us look at the internal state of a woman when this happens. At first, there is a stage of mild confusion. She might ignore it for a day, thinking you are just busy. But as the silence stretches, the confusion turns into active curiosity. She will check your social media. She will look at the timestamp of your last message, and she will begin to replay your last few interactions in her head, searching for a clue. She is now spending hours of her mental energy on you. This is investment. You haven't said a word, yet you are more present in her mind than you were when you were texting her all day. This is the power of the invisible influence. You are directing her thoughts through your lack of action. As this curiosity deepens, it often leads to a test. She might send a low-effort text, a meme, or a casual question, just to see if you are still there. This is the critical moment for the high-value man. Most men fail here because they are so relieved to hear from her that they immediately revert to their old ways, over-texting, over-pursuing, and being too available. This kills the tension instantly and tells her that she still has total control. The correct response is to remain calm, to be polite but brief, and to maintain the distance. You must show her that while you are still open to her, your world does not revolve around her reach-out. This forces her to up the ante. She has to work harder, invest more, and show more genuine interest to get back into your good graces. This is how you build a healthy, balanced relationship where both parties are equally invested. It is about emotional self-regulation. You are proving to her, and more importantly to yourself, that you are not a slave to your impulses. You are the captain of your own ship. You have the strength to walk away, the strength to be silent, and the strength to let her feel the weight of your absence. This strength is the most attractive quality a man can possess. It signals a lack of neediness, and neediness is the ultimate attraction killer. By pulling away, you are surgically removing neediness from the equation. You are showing her that you are a whole man, complete with or without her. This realization makes her want to be a part of your life even more. It is a paradox. The less you need her, the more she wants to be needed by you. You must also consider the situational what-ifs. What if she never reaches back out? Many men use this fear as an excuse to keep chasing. But listen closely. If a woman does not reach out after you pull away, it means there was no genuine attraction to begin with. You haven't lost anything. You have simply stopped wasting your most precious resource, your time, on someone who doesn't value it. The pullback is the ultimate litmus test for interest. If she cares, she will come closer. If she doesn't, she will drift away, and you are free to find someone who recognizes your worth. This is a win-win scenario for you. You either deepen the attraction or you gain clarity. This mindset shift is what separates the masters from the amateurs. The amateur plays games because he wants a specific result. The master sets boundaries because he respects himself. When your distance is rooted in self-respect rather than manipulation, it carries a weight that she can feel. It's not a cold, calculated silence. It's the silence of a man who is busy building his empire and doesn't have time for low-investment behavior. This is the mentor-to-student reality of the dynamic. You are teaching her how to treat you. You are teaching her that your attention is a high-value asset that must be earned and maintained. When you pull away, you are setting the bar. You are saying, this is the level of engagement I require, and if it's not met, I have the confidence to step back. This is leadership. Women are instinctively drawn to men who can lead, and leading a relationship often means leading the emotional tempo. You are the one who decides when to push and when to pull. You are the one who maintains the frame. By mastering strategic distance, you are not just getting the girl, you are becoming the type of man that girls don't want to lose. You are developing the discipline, the emotional intelligence, and the sovereign presence that defines the high-value male. This process requires patience. It requires you to sit with your own discomfort and your own urges to reach out. But on the other side of that discomfort is a level of attraction and respect that most men will never experience. You will see her energy shift from complacency to pursuit. You will see her become more attentive, more affectionate, and more appreciative of the time she does get with you. This is the natural order of things. Distance is not the enemy of attraction. It is the fuel. It provides the space necessary for desire to breathe. Without space, desire suffocates. So the next time you feel the urge to over-pursue, to double text, or to beg for attention, do the opposite. Step back. Go dark. Focus on your mission. Let her wonder. Let her miss you. Let her realize that you are a man of value who is not easily kept. When you master the art of pulling away, you stop being a seeker and you start being the prize. And that, my friend, is where the real power lies. You must internalize the fact that your absence is just as much a part of your personality as your presence. Your absence communicates your standards. It communicates your level of self-esteem. It communicates that you have a world outside of her that is vibrant and demanding of your focus. When you pull away, you are effectively inviting her to step into that world. You are creating a challenge that her feminine instinct is designed to meet. She wants to be the one who can capture your attention. She wants to be the one who can make you stop what you're doing. But she can only feel that drive if she feels that you are genuinely capable of being elsewhere. This is the deep-seated why. It's about the psychological thrill of the chase and the validation of being chosen by a man who has options. If you are always there, you are the option that's already been selected and put on a shelf. If you pull away, you are the option that might just walk out the door. The difference in her behavior will be night and day. You will notice her texting you more frequently with check-in messages. She will start asking you about your day, your plans, and who you are with. These are not just idle questions. They are attempts to reestablish the connection. She is feeling the anxiety of uncertainty, and she is looking for you to soothe it. Do not soothe it too quickly. Let the tension simmer. Let her earn the reassurance. This is how you build a lasting bond based on mutual respect rather than one-sided pursuit. It's about being a man of mystery in an age of overexposure. Everyone is on their phones, everyone is connected 24/7, and everyone is desperate for validation. When you refuse to participate in that desperate exchange, you immediately stand out. You become an anomaly. You become someone worth investigating. This curiosity is the precursor to obsession. As she wonders about you, she begins to idealize you. She remembers the best parts of your interactions and minimizes the flaws. Your absence allows her imagination to run wild, and the imagination is a far more powerful tool for attraction than any text message you could ever send. You are leveraging the power of her own mind to work in your favor. This is the ultimate actionable mindset shift. Stop trying to convince her of your value with words, and start demonstrating it with your presence and your absence. Be the man who can walk away and mean it. Be the man who can be silent and be comfortable in it. Be the man who trusts the process and knows his own worth. When you do this, the world, and the women in it, will respond to you in a way you never thought possible. You will no longer be chasing attraction. You will be the source of it. You will be the gravitational center of your own universe, and she will be drawn into your orbit, not because you forced her, but because the pull was too strong to resist. This is the essence of the silent magnetism. It is direct, it is provocative, and it is the most effective way to navigate the complex landscape of modern attraction. Stand firm in your value, respect the distance, and watch as the dynamic transforms in your favor. This is not just a dating strategy, it is a philosophy of being. It is about becoming a man who is truly, deeply, and unapologetically high value. When you reach that state, pulling away isn't something you do, it's a reflection of who you are. It is the natural consequence of a man who values his time and respects his journey. And that is the most attractive thing in the world.